G'day viewers, LJV15 here, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway. These are some highlights from last week's Daily Race C, where we are in the Group 4 machinery taking on the road course of Daytona Speedway. Now, it was a crazy week in Daytona. A fair bit of carnage happened. We had dive bombs galore. I had a moment where I forgot to turn left, and this other moment where I forgot to brake. But I wasn't the only one, as hidden 1M goes around. Oh! And the golden rule here at Daytona, avoid those tyres. Okay folks, time to go racing. 3, 2, 1. And we are away. Coming out of position number 4 for the start of this one. Hopefully this grid slot helps us avoid some of the carnage you just witnessed. And the carnage starts already at turn 1. If you were watching in the rear view, you would have seen pretty much the whole pack taken out. And we are counting our blessings. We are up the starting order. Taking off around the international hairpin, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. And we set off chasing the leading 3. We've got unempty KR in position 1 at the moment. Yuki Nee in P2 and M. Douglas rounding out the top 3. And off we set onto the speedway, the super speedway section of this course. Now, Daytona International Speedway opened way back in February 1959. What's that? 64 years old. This bad boy is. As we hook into the bus stop for the first time. Not much doing at the moment. Really important to get through the bus stop as fast as possible. I know that's the bleeding obvious in a car race, but look how much speed. This is just full noise. So the exit out of that bus stop chicane is hugely important. Bit of bumping up the front. We see a puff of smoke as 1 and 2 go head to head. You might see a few puffs of smoke on that section as well. Bit of bump drafting, sometimes the faster way. As we skip forward and join back in on lap number 3, coming onto the straight, if you will, of the tri-oval, and going over to tick over to lap number 4. As you can see, we've dropped well behind here. We're 1.2 back, but there's been a change up front, and some carnage up ahead. Oh no, it's all happening in front of us, and we'll gladly slot onto the little podium spot there and hook after MD Douglas. Here's a little replay of the shenanigans in the fight for the lead. A little puff of smoke we would have seen on board, and oh golly gosh, exit stage right for Yuki. And unfortunately, that'll be his chances of a victory here. They are gone. Show me this tricky little one. I find it tricky personally. Exit's important. Nail it there. Absolutely nail it. And down into this, the west, or the western hairpin. Another important one to get right. Often I do not, but this time we stick to the bumper of Mr. Douglas. Now, as you would have seen in a little highlights earlier, we smashed race C this week to try and get our driver ranking back up from B into the A. And after a hard slog, we were successful. I'm happy to tell you that. Catching some angles from outside of the car, bit of bump drafting, pushing Douglas, trying to get back up to unempty. Do we send it down the inside? No, we think otherwise. Jump on the brakes into turn one. Important to miss them tyres, as you saw earlier. A common mistake for battlers like myself. And now we're just going to hit fast forward, skipping through lap number 5. As not much is happening. That 0.6, 0.5, back to 0.6. We've got third wrapped up, no mistake. That gap back to fourth. MG Hook 73 is 8.5. As we're about to tick over half race distance. Oh, penalty up ahead, unempty. Suffers a little. Oh, how close was that, people? Slowed down for most likely a track limits penalty. And we seize the opportunity and slot into P2. As it's an absolute Bugatti fest up at the front. We did start the week in the Ferrari Gr.4. What is that? The Italia 458, is it? Again, correct me if I'm wrong in those comments below. But the Bugatti just has the legs on those fast sections, on the super speedway sections. The Ferrari just doesn't have that top end like it does, but not compared to the Bugatti. It's unempty, hangs on the outside, around the outside, little touch, little bump, but he's going to be back through. Can we stick with him? .6, 0.5, sorry, 0.4, 0.04 even. As we come down to the bus stop, do we brake late? No, we tuck back in. Oh, gets it a little wrong, unempty's got it a little sideways. We get a good exit. And we're going to get the slipstream and unempty 1.5 penalty. And decides, hey, I don't want to draft you. And pulls out the way. We could have drafted until the line, but he wanted none of it. Up into P2 for us. Looking the goods at this stage of the race. Not far off the fastest lap time here either. We set a 54.8 on lap 3. Douglas has the 54.3 fastest lap time. And with that in mind, if he can keep in those low 54s, high 54s, he could have our measure. Gap now out to 1.6. Flat out through this left-hander. Going to get close to the curb on the left. This yet brake hard on the brakes. We're going to drop it down the second. Run a little bit wide here, just on the anchors, down the second, up in the third. Try and get that good drive, a lack of wheel spin, and get that drive down the back straight of the tri-oval and into the bus stop. We've jumped forward now, 2 laps to go. We are on lap number 9 and still we cannot get that gap down to MDD Douglas. It's only one D. Mr. D Douglas. Sorry, Dougie. 1.6. What have we got for him? 1 lap to go. Almost, as we come around what probably is turn 12. if I've done my research correctly. But that gap's slightly coming down. If you cast your eyes to the top left, it's 1.5 as we tick over the final lap. Gonna brake right as that last road marker. Oh, Douglas is wide. Douglas is wide. He's given us a sniff on the last lap. What can we do? What can we do? Braking just after the one. We're going to get it down the second. Get it stopped and rotated. Douglas has gone wide again. The pressure's on. We're side by side. We're a bit of a compromised position for this left-hander. Easy to run wide. Hard on the brakes. He goes defensive. We're going to try and cut back under. But he's there. He's parked it on the apex. Oh, we touch. We touch. What do we have? Little bit defensive from Douglas. Just doesn't want no dive bomb into that corner there. Now we are back on to the super speedway for one last time. Is the gap coming down? Yes, it is. It's coming down. He's trying to break our slipstream. Giving us a shake about. This is going to be our last chance. Good run through here onto the main straight. Let's go. Get it right. We do. Beautiful. How's the time looking, folks? It's 0.4. It's coming down little by little. Let's go. Drag race to the line. We've got the slipstream. He's trying to break us. Up in the 7th. Try and get that top speed wound up. What have we got? It's 0.1. Here comes the line. Oh, so close. Look at that. 0.069. That is as close as I got to a victory. Thanks a million for watching, guys and girls. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like. And if you're enjoying my content, please do also give me a subscribe. I'm LJV15. Until next time, folks, stay rad.